Good evening. Good evening. We're going to go off on just a slightly different path. It is still related to the knee issue. What happened, if you watched my other video of me climbing out of the chair, pushing myself up out of the chair, you will see that I don't have any stability in the knees, and I have to depend on my upper body strength to get out of the chair. The only problem is I had a right shoulder joint replacement several years ago, and this is aggravating the situation. So what happened as a result of this, I went and I got an evaluation, and we're going to send you back to the surgeon who did that. Fine. So I go back and some testing. They said I have tendonitis. So they send me to physical therapy. And I go through 11 sessions of physical therapy, and it's not getting any better. It's actually getting worse. So, let's do a CT scan. Okay? So we do a CT scan, and it comes back that there is rotator cuff issues. Interesting. So what happens now, they send me to a sports medicine facility. The guy's going to look at the shoulder. Okay? So he does that, and he says, this will make you gag. He said, I can't do anything for the shoulders until the knee instability is addressed. What do you think of that? Therefore, they sent me to the knee specialist. This is somebody else, somebody I've never seen before. And he looks at it, and so he goes on and on and on a little bit about it. And they finally decide that they're going to send me for physical therapy. Now, what they don't know, this is one of the bigger secrets, as far as in my notes, there's some restrictions that are going to apply, which I will go into when I start this little discussion. I go to the physical therapy facility, and I have an evaluation, and he says, you need physical therapy, naturally. You need bracing. Okay. But the only thing is, gait training. This is going to be really useful. I might as well go brush my teeth. I get the same effect. So anyhow, what they don't know, and one of the bigger secrets as far as in my progress notes that have been prepared, physical therapy is of no use due to the damage that has been done already to the knees. In other words, that's out. And I've known since 2020 that bracing is not an option. Therefore, the gait training, I might as well go do something else. So that we end up with a big zero there. At this point, I made a little bit of a noise, and they decided that they would send me to an orthopedic group that's associated with the university. What do you think of that? So we make arrangements. They send all sorts of information to this place. The only thing is, the notes are not exactly conclusive as far as what is going on. So I go to the facility. It's only a 4-hour ride and 4 hours back. For the day, I've spent 13 hours from the time I got up until I got home and accomplished nothing. I get down there to the facility, I check in, they did x-rays, and then we go in to see the physician's assistant, then we get to see the doctor. And it's sort of like, well, what brings you here? It's not a big secret. It's just the fact that the records don't depict what's going on. So we get the usual thing. He says, stand up and walk towards me. Okay. I took 2 steps, and he says, sit down. He says, I can't help you. Interesting, isn't it? Now, he can't help me means what? He didn't exactly explain that particular facet of his discussion. And it's the same thing as the others. It's simply that he can't do anything for me in the way of a surgical revision due to the nature of the implants, of the stems of the implants. I discussed this before. They're 130 millimeters long, and the implant cannot be removed for revision without the possibility of fracturing the bone. So they throw up their hands and walk away from it. Interesting. So that was the end of that. As far as the physical therapy, that was quite interesting. I had gone through 11 sessions of physical therapy, and it was useless. It was causing more problems. And I checked with the doctor. Well, the doctor wants you to take the whole regimen. It'd be 15 sessions. I said, it's not going to do any good. Well, he wants you to do it, but I stopped it at that particular point. It was useless to go any further with that. So that's what happened at that particular time and place. We sort of got stuck in hinterland, and since then, from that time forward, I was able to get a couple more examinations. I just keep hopping around and seeing if I can find somebody who's going to bite, but nobody wants to touch it. Like the one guy, this was also the teaching hospital, he says, you are going to have to find someone who is willing to operate on you. I thought I had a healthcare team that was working for me. I don't work for them, but I'm supposed to do all the legwork, appointments, back and forth and everything. If they show me how to use the x-ray machine, that would be nice, but that's the only thing they haven't suggested. But it's amazing. I have to find someone willing to operate. And the reason being is nobody wants to touch it. It's that simple. But they won't put that in black and white. So that's what's happening right at the moment. I thought I'd put that little thing in. As of now, the shoulder problem's getting worse, and I also have wrist problems. As far as before I had the revision done, I had a tear in the left ligament in the left wrist, and I had an MRI done, and I was going to do something about that, but then the knee problem came up, so I ceased that. And right now, the ones that are taking charge of me and whatever, I told them that, and I've also been talking to the wall. The wall would be more receptive to my conversation. So that's it. I'm still stroking away on it. We will see if I can accomplish anything. But as I said before, I'm not making any friends. It's, oh, he's here again, you know. And I'm thinking, yes, I am. And in order to alleviate the condition, all they have to do is do something for me. It's that simple. But they would gag if they had to, simply because if they do something of the nature that is necessary, it makes somebody look bad because somebody fouled up. Plain and simple. Well, that's about it. Have a good evening. Be back in later.